Good morning, turtle nerds, and welcome back to another video. I just ate my breakfast. I had a banana, and are you even a true turtle dad if you don't share your breakfast with your Barrett's box turtle? I'm sorry that the camera's foggy. It's extremely humid today, but look at him. He came running over. He was so excited. Banana is one of his favorite foods. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hey, don't let me interrupt your breakfast, all right? Here, go for it. Yeah, see, sometimes he needs some words of encouragement, and then he'll finish his fruits. What a good little turtle. So turtle nerds, now that I am like properly dressed, I want to show you how I prepare my enclosures for me leaving for a day or two because I'm going to the Daytona Reptile Show. Anyone's there? I'll see y'all there. Also, if you want to support me in the channel, hit the link right up over here. Head over to my Patreon. I have baby turtles there, sometimes available when I have them. You get access to me, behind the scenes stuff, photos, videos, all that kind of fun stuff. So definitely consider heading over there. So I'm going to show you basically how I prepare to leave these guys for a couple of days. Now, the only reason that I'm going to make sure that they're being fed is because I don't want these guys nipping at each other or at their tails or anything like that. Any adult turtles, I just leave them. The turtles in the pond, leave them. They'll be fine. They cannot eat for like 3 or 4 days and not really have issues. Anyway, let me walk you through the process. Look at how excited we're all getting at feeding time. Hello, my little monsters. Look at them all going crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead, come down here, check out, well, I guess I should check on my spotted turtles. Hi, Peanut. So basically what I'm going to do is, look at Butter. Look at Butter. Oh my God. Look at her just like in the moss. That is so funny. Sorry, no, that's Peanut. And this is little Butter. Anyway, we're just gonna toss in a little bit of food for everyone. This is my 3rd time now feeding today. Here, eat, eat. I like to throw my food right in front of the faces of the baby turtles. You can see that these ornates are really starting to pick up on the whole like food time thing. They're really like starting to swim over. They're starting to get way more active, and they're also just getting bigger. So they're way more willing to come up and out of the weeds and whatnot to come eat compared to when I first got them. So we're gonna feed them. We're gonna give one last feeding. Look at all these boogers. And then there's the little lone wolf in the back. We toss a lot in here. And you can see there's some uneaten food at the bottom. So why are they ignoring the uneaten food down there and down over here, but they're eating the fresh food? I don't know. I don't know the explanation for that. All I know is that it's just how they operate. So that's why I try not to feed too much at one time and rather do multiple small feedings throughout the day. It more naturally replicates what they would do in the wild, which is forage for food and graze all day on little critters and things that they find, rather than eating a massive meal at once. I just give them 3 like decent sized meals per day. Hi, little babies. I love that one. That one is my favorite out of this whole little batch. But I don't play favorites. Don't tell the others. Anyway, the point is you can see how this filter's all clogged. The water's not moving much, and that's because I haven't cleaned out this like enclosure for 3 days to see what it would get like if I left for 3 days, to see how bad it would get. And this is really not that bad. The water's not really nasty or anything. But essentially, I'm just gonna wait for them to finish eating and just do a fat water change on everyone's enclosure. Everyone's getting 100% water changes. Before I leave, I wanna make sure all my filters are clear. I wanna make sure that all my water is changed just in case the person that I'm leaving them with overfeeds the heck out of them. But to prevent that, I highly recommend that you get some little cups, kind of like these, and pre-measure out all your food. So all the person has to do is take the cup, it'll already have food in it, and just dump it in once or twice a day or however many times a day. And that's it. You make it as foolproof as possible because everyone loves to overfeed animals, which you're way better off underfeeding rather than overfeeding these critters. I have friends who've had their turtles die because their friends have just overfed the heck out of them. Their water quality turned to garbage and they got sick within a couple days. They were no longer around, which is not fun and not at all what we want. So I'm gonna stick these up here. Okay, for in a little bit when I'm ready, when they're all done munch crunching. Now look at the difference and how nice and clean and clear this is. I changed out the filter. Filter's all clean in here. Changed all the water in here and changed it all in here. Everyone's gonna be mad. It'll settle back in within like 20 minutes. And yeah, that is it for water changes here. Now we have to go outside and do some. All right, little babies, I'm sorry. We gotta do a water change for y'all. Take a little bit of the water here. Take some of these plants out, I suppose. And sorry, fellas, I need to change because look at all that uneaten food and all the little baby poops. Look at the little baby poops. I need to, you know, I gotta clean this out, guys. Okay, if I put them in this, they will absolutely get out. So I need to be careful with how I do this. All right, let me think of how I want to do this. All right, there we go. We got all 4. Just want to make sure that they're all in here. Yolk sacs healing. Beautiful. You are little. Hi. Oh, okay. Put this back. Put the plants back. Put them back. Actually, I want to show these guys to y'all folks. Look at these perfect little babies. Okay, this is my favorite one. I'll let you go first. Whee! Next to you. And the little guy. And you. And next is you. Now I just have to fill that back up with water and do this one. And yeah, we'll see how I do this. Sorry to these fresh babies, but I tried giving them bloodworms and they didn't eat them. So I've got to do the same thing with these fellas. Sorry guys, I got to pull y'all out. Yeah, look at that. They are not eating those bloodworms. And well, it's kind of nasty. And that's not good. These guys are actually already eating pellets, which is kind of fantastic. All right, hi buddy. 2, 3. Look, despite being so small, their yolk sacs are entirely healed. That's insane. All right, just gonna dump this, grab my water, and we're done. And now, despite being 85 degrees out, these little babies are all looking good. These ones are actually way more chill than the usual babies, especially the ones inside. These guys all just hunkered down over here. So what I'm also making sure that I do is fill up the enclosures a little bit more than normal, just because I want to account for evaporation, and also the more water volume you have, the harder it is to dirty it up quicker. Basically, it takes longer to pollute the water when you have a higher water volume. So I just fill it up like a ½ inch to an inch more than usual. Right, turtle nerds, so this example is pretty much for when you're gone on vacation for just a couple of days. I would say a turtle can even go, I mean, realistically, they can go months without eating, but you know, we want our animals to thrive, not just survive. So if you're gone for any more than 5 or 6 days, at that point, I would suggest probably getting someone just to come only once or twice to feed your turtles. What I do is usually every 1 or 2 days, like especially with my pond turtles, I just won't feed them. I'll feed them a bunch today and then just be done while I'm gone. For the hatchlings, I want them fed because I want to mitigate that aggression. I don't want them nipping each other's tails, all that fun stuff that I talked about earlier. But for this swarm of lovelies, these are almost all adults except for the juvies that I added and Mochi and Crouton over here. Everyone, like, they don't need a lot of food to thrive and to survive. So a lot of people overfeed, and that's really bad. People end up overfeeding their turtles. I'm sure that I do because, you know, I try to keep tensions low, and I do that by feeding, you know, every 2 days, every 3 days. Now this example I'm talking about, this is for like an aquatic species, but something like a box turtle or a spotted turtle living on its own, man, you guys can leave for quite a while without them having any issues. I would say up to like a week and a half, 2 weeks, then maybe you'll want to get someone in and get them sorted and cared for. Look how big that freaking koi is getting. Oh my goodness. Wow, those two right there are from PetSmart, and they're getting massive, and they look really good too. Wow. Anyway, like I mentioned, you know, these turtles can go, you know, when you ask, oh, how long do they need to eat? Do they have to eat every day? They can go weeks without eating. Just absolutely astronomical amounts of time between feedings. These guys are made to survive in the wild. In the wild, they don't have a cushy lifestyle like they have in this little 4,000-gallon pond I made them. So when I'm gone for 2 days, maybe I'll have my parents throw some food in. For the hatchlings, though, I definitely want those guys fed. For the box and spotted turtle, forget them. For butternut, forget them. They are totally fine. You will also find it useful to just do a quick once-over on your turtle or tortoise, whatever critter that you have. Just check on them, make sure they're looking okay. Pancake here is looking fantastic despite literally dying the other week from, well, the other month from drowning. You know, just do a little quick checkup, make sure that they're looking okay, and if everything's in order, you're good to go. Enjoy your vacation, and don't worry about your turtle. I am totally dripping sweat. Water changes are done. I have to start packing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, learned some tips and tricks. You know, pre-measure out your food, do all your water changes, change your filters so that everything is nice and clear when you get back. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one.